Love is our true divine nature, and our heart serves as the intersection of the spiritual and physical, connecting our soul with our body as the conduit for anchoring our divinity onto the earth plane. Embodying our divinity is the key to our ascension and to manifesting our highest destiny in this life. The teachings of the heart are alchemy. Join spiritual mentor and channel Jennifer Spor each week on a sacred journey to lift the veil to remembering your divinity and meet other beautiful souls who are living the path of the awakened heart. Hello, beautiful, beautiful souls. I am super excited to be here today with you. And recently, I was having a conversation with a lovely, lovely person that I recently met through the LinkedIn platform. And she asked me one of my favorite questions that I love to be asked. And that is, why do I do the work I do? I love this question because every time I'm asked this question, I appreciate more and more the beauty of how my journey has unfolded. And at a high level, to answer this question, why do I do what I do? You know, my why changes because we are on an evolutionary journey, right? As we continue to ascend and evolve on our path, our why behind how we show up in the world continues to evolve and ascend as well. And my journey is a really interesting one because when I decided that I wanted to dedicate myself full time to having a business, and this is really beyond having a business because the work that I do is a mission. It's my purpose. It is why I'm here on this planet. But my journey didn't start out with that level of clarity, right? Several years ago at this point, actually, I had a successful career in the retail industry, which, many of you, if you've been following me for a while, have probably heard me share that part of the story. Essentially, what happened is I had checked all the boxes off the list that traditional society teaches us that it means to achieve success. And like so many others, reached a place where I had hit a wall, essentially, not feeling fulfilled in my life, and then realizing also that I didn't really know who I was because I was, dedicating most of my existence to what the company wanted that I worked for, to what my friends and family wanted, and spending very little time really looking at how I was living in alignment with my own values and desires. And so that all led to me eventually making a decision to voluntarily step down from the role that I had from that career. And much like a country song, I packed up my car and headed out west. I'm in Idaho now, and this is where I grew up. And at the time, I was living on the East Coast. Anyway, when I made that big move, without knowing what was ahead. I just knew in my bones, I knew in my soul that I needed to make a change. And I decided that I was going to trust myself and that I was going to trust in God to take the leap on that path. And what happened along that journey is that, I invested in all kinds of support, and I worked with some really amazing people. I worked with therapists and psychics and healers and all kinds of different coaches and people, and what I realized despite all of that support is what was missing for me is that there wasn't any one person that I could find at the time, or that I at least knew of, that could support me in how to integrate all of what I was learning and how to integrate who I was becoming, essentially how to bring it all together. And that's really when I discovered that I wanted to dedicate myself to supporting others. I became the leader that I wish that I had. And that's what led to starting my business. That's what led to supporting other people in finding their purpose, people who were being called to more. And little did I know at the time, several years ago, that initial call that I answered was going to be the beginning of an evolutionary journey. And as we go on, we evolve over time, and the callings that God puts on our heart to answer evolve over time as well. And over time, that went from supporting other people in aligning with their life's purpose to really supporting other people in navigating their ascension journey as a whole, supporting other people to, beyond their purpose, live fully expressed in their truth and how they're here to contribute, because purpose is one component of that, and there is so much more to our existence here. And I am loving how the journey continues to unfold. And I would be remiss if I didn't mention, right, or acknowledge that this journey is not for the faint of heart. It's something that you desire in every cell, atom, and electron of your being, to make the most of your soul's experience on this planet. And right now, many of us, whether you're feeling like you're at the beginning of your path to aligning with living expressed in your truth, with finding your purpose, or you've been at this for a while and it's not your first rodeo and you're being called to up level in a big way, many of us are feeling this call now, and in the midst of answering that call. And so I want to witness you and acknowledge you on your journey, as that takes immense courage and faith. And it's not about eliminating fear in moving forward on another unknown path. It's about your willingness to move through the fear, and your willingness to acknowledge that there's a deep grounded knowing within you that knows that you're here for more. And from my one decision years ago to answer the call to change my life without knowing the path ahead, led to to a beautiful, amazing journey, to being here with you right now in this now moment, to starting a business and really honoring myself and building a soul-led life that I love. It led to me meeting my husband. That initial decision has led to so many blessings, and God wouldn't have been able to give me those blessings had I not been willing to answer that initial call. So I want you to know that I see you, and know that all it takes is one decision from you to decide that you're intentionally moving forward, that you're intentionally answering that call, and whatever it may be, to move into the next evolution on your path. So tune into your heart and ask your soul where you are being guided if you're feeling unclear. And then allow yourself the space to daydream, right? God doesn't put, anything on our heart and into our imagination or awareness that isn't meant to be achieved. So be honest with yourself. What's the highest and most inspirational vision you have for your life here? Even if it feels too big for you, or you don't quite buy into how something that big can be for you, allow yourself to be open to receive that, to really own that. And then from that vision, from your soul's guidance, develop a strategy, a practical plan that aligns with this vision, right? And when you're developing that plan, tune into your soul's guidance, tune into your heart for the inspired action to take. And a lot of times, the actions you're feeling guided to take or what pops in isn't going to make logical sense to you, right? That's actually normal, because your soul is always going to guide you toward expansion. Your mind, your ego mind, is always going to make decisions for you based upon known experiences and your environmental conditioning. So allow yourself to really drop into living in the space day to day where you are following your soul's guidance in all that you do and how you're showing up in the world. If you are listening to this, you likely have, a vision or an idea to birth something that you don't see anyone else around you doing. And that's because we're living in a time, as you're likely aware, where many of the constructs that have been in place in the 3D for so long are crumbling. And we are being called to live in a state of much higher consciousness. And so know that whatever you're feeling guided to do, and you don't see that in existence or happening anywhere around you, that you are being called, right? To be the leader that you wish you had. You are being called to bring your sacred soul gifts and wisdom forward, to support humanity, to support the planet. So know that, and trust that, and be open to receive support, because the journey of a way shower can sometimes feel isolating. So it's so important to surround yourself with other people who are like-minded, and also very important to look at every area of your life that is incongruent to what you're being called toward, and make changes to assist in bringing yourself into alignment, because everything is connected, right? So lifestyle, relationships, really looking at everything and having a willingness to take action to change what no longer aligns with who you're becoming. And I mentioned this earlier on in my story about how I came to do the work that I'm doing. It is so important to also invest in support for yourself, because friends and peers and colleagues can contribute greatly to your journey. It is also very valuable to invest in having someone support you on your path that has an objective view of your journey, and has the soul gifts and the wisdom that align with where you're headed, to be able to share with you. It is really priceless to have this support. I can tell you that had I not invested in all of the coaches and mentors that I have, I would definitely not be where I am now. And And you can certainly do this journey alone, but we aren't meant to do this journey alone here. So in whatever way aligns with you, surrounding yourself with mentors, with friends, with peers, with colleagues who are like-minded is contributes so very, very greatly on your path. So I just want to leave you again with the guidance of, really having that willingness to step forward in faith, answering whatever call that is for you right now that is guiding you forward, whether you're initially awakening or you're being called to change direction in your business, in your purpose, in your relationships. Just really allowing yourself to honor that. And I am sending you blessings and love and abundance and all the joy on your journey. Thank you for listening to Path of the Awakened Heart. Be sure to subscribe to the podcast on Apple Podcasts or pathoftheawakenedheart.com so you never miss an episode. To learn more about living with an awakened heart and navigating your ascension journey, visit me at jenniferspor.com.